Hey guys, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I have got the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic 2 Zoom today out at the Snake River Canyon. And we're going to put both of these guys up and we're going to take a look at their zoom capabilities. In other words, this guy has a digital zoom. They're both going to be in 4K 30 frames per second. This guy has a 2x digital zoom. This guy has a 2x optical zoom. We'll put them side by side and we'll see if we can tell the difference. So let's quit messing around. I'm going to put the Mavic Air 2 up first. Okay, I've got the smart controller today. We're going to use that on both the drones. Let's go ahead and, let's start a recording first. So we are in 4K 30 frames per second. I'm going to start recording now. And nothing to do here but to take off. So the button here, there we go. Okay, take off. I think my my GoPro is overheating in this heat, so you guys missed that takeoff. But I'm going to run it up about 4 meters here and let it get a good look at the landing zone. I almost wish we had a little bit more of a breeze because it's definitely overheating the camera. So the GoPro just would not stay running here. It was overheating. It wasn't that hot of a day. I mean, it was in the mid 80s, but the midday sun was beating down and there was really no breeze at all. So I had both the GoPro Hero 8 and the Osmo Action with me, and both of them overheated to the point that they just wouldn't stay running. So typically I narrate my way through these videos as I'm flying, but obviously we're not going to be able to do that without the audio. And ironically, I've got the smart controller here and it just doesn't record audio very well. If I would have had my iPhone recording audio and using the regular controller, it would have recorded some pretty good backup audio and still would have worked. But in any case, what I'm going to do here is we're going to cut through this video, and you see we're doing a droney right here. We're going to go through and look at some of the places that I did some zooming with the Mavic Air 2, and then we'll do the same thing with the Mavic 2 Zoom. And then at the end, while I'm doing the conclusion, I'll see if I can put videos side by side of the zooms, and just to see what you think so you can compare the two drones. Okay, I'm hoping the GoPro has cooled off and now. I just did enough now to run for a while. I just did a flight with the Mavic Air 2, practicing some zoom shots, and we'll kind of put those together in a compilation so that you can look at them with the Mavic 2 zoom. But I'm going to hit return to home now, and let's see if we can get a precision landing with the Mavic Air 2, and hopefully you guys can see it. As long as this camera doesn't overheat again. It's a fairly hot day today, and not enough of a breeze to keep the GoPro cool enough. We'll slowly drop the gimbal down as we get close. It's kind of fun being right on the side of the canyon here. That makes for a pretty good dramatic shot. And I like the way DJI drones orient themselves when they land. And I just flew a little bit ago here using the anamorphic lens, and it got a perfect landing right in the middle of the H. So let's see if it can do it again. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna let her land here. I think we're doing pretty darn good. Look at that, right in the middle of the H again. Okay, let me shut this one down and we'll get the Mavic 2 zoom out. Okay, so we're bound to the Mavic 2 zoom. Need to get that figured out because I don't like pushing that button all the time. I know that's a fragile little button under there. So we're going to click Go Fly. And it's going to give me safety tips, which we have been through many times. And we are set on 4K 30 frames per second, which is where we want to be. It is not asking for any kind of calibrations, and in fact it says ready to go. We've got 17 satellites. Let's start recording now. And let's hit that takeoff button on the app here. And you guys will get to see this one. So we're going to go up about 20 some feet in the air here. Yeah, that's good enough. And we'll let it get a little bit of a look at the at its landing pad there. That helps it find it when you do a return to home. So let's turn it around here, bring it down. And it's amazing how much bigger this drone is than the Mavic Air 2. You don't realize it till you're handling them side by side, but let's do a manual droney. So reverse and up now. Boy, these Mavics are just golden in the flight controls. They really are fun to fly. We're about 160 feet up in the air. And I am going to change to metric here because I want to try and match some of the shots that I did. I know I won't be able to match them exactly, but let's go in here and we are going to change the units to metric meters per second. Good to go there. Okay, so let's. I can't remember how far we were out, and we did a zoom on where I was standing. And remember, this guy is optical zoom instead of digital zoom like the like the Mavic Air 2. I'm just going to leave this camera running, and if it overheats and stops, it stops. Okay, there I am down there. Let's just do a quick zoom in on me. And I'm lifting the gimbal a little bit to keep myself in center of frame. And that is full 2x zoom. And let's back it back out. And then what we did when we had the Air is we went right down this little ravine here, as I recall, and we went out about 270 meters, I think. And I can't remember exactly how high above altitude we were, but we're going to stick with 40 meters. But let's lift the gimbal up just a little bit and go straight on out. I'll tell you, this Mavic 2 Zoom is a pleasure to fly. It is a fast, powerful drone. So we were out about 270 meters. So we overshot that a little bit. I'm going to back it up some. Okay, that ought to be close enough. I'm going to pick the gimbal up just a little. I can't remember. I think I tried several times getting gimbal placement right. But we're going to go 2x zoom in here. And we'll compare that with what we saw with the Mavic Air 2. And zoom completely out again. So then, as I recall, we turned around and we faced the side of the canyon here, and we zoomed in. And that is 2x zoom. And you know what you're going to want to compare here is the detail, right? What you saw on that digital zoom as opposed to this drone with optical zoom. And then I know we looked at the side of the canyon, but I can't remember. I believe we backed out a ways, but I can't remember for certain. I'll drop the gimbal down, and we're just going to zoom in on the side of the canyon here. And I don't recall getting that shot with the Mavic Air 2 there, that little cave or whatever it is, but that's interesting. And let's turn around and let's head down the canyon here. And I'm trying to remember how far out I was when I zoomed in here, but I know that I was. Let's just go forward a little ways here. Okay, let's stop there, and we're going to do a 2x zoom. And again, what you're looking for is detail. So that is where I'm standing right there. Let's do a 2x zoom. That is wrong. That is not where I'm standing. I missed that badly. So again, the GoPro camera shut down due to the heat, so we're going to do just like we did with the Mavic Air 2, and I will cut through these scenes so that you can see some of the different parts where we zoomed, etc. Then we'll do our conclusion, and we'll look at some side-by-side zoom, see if we can match some of them up. Okay, the camera overheated again. We're going to see if it'll stay on long enough for you guys to see a return to home on the Mavic 2 zoom here. We've got about 19% battery left, about 4 minutes of flight time. We're going to be just fine. There we are down there. Let's use that zoom. Yeah, right there. Okay, let's zoom back out. So she's coming down. Let's see if it can hit it just like the Mavic Air 2 did. Well, it's off just a little. Ah, there it's coming in. It's correcting. I think we're going to get it. Yeah, we got it here. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's on the pad a little bit to the side of the H. Okay, let me shut everything down here and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, so hopefully we can keep this camera going long enough to do the conclusion. The GoPro Hero 8, it's heating up. It's hot out here today. It's in the 80s. We're under direct sunlight. Sun is directly overhead. And it's hot, let me tell you. But that didn't stop the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic 2 zoom. The point of this exercise today was to compare the zooms. Now, what I'd hoped to do was get some exact duplicate shots, but I don't think I did. I had problems with this camera shutting down, and actually I was using the smart controller, and I just learned a lesson on that. I was doing screen recordings and I filled up the internal memory on it, so it shut down the screen recorder, so we're not even going to get a full screen recording of both of those flights, so we'll have to see what we got. Hopefully we got some there that I can show you. But in any case, we should get some good zoom video with both of these drones, and if I can get some that are close, we'll put them side by side, and if not, well, we'll just look at the zooms and look at the capabilities and see what we can see. Obviously, this guy is a digital zoom and this guy is an optical zoom. They both are 2x zoom at 4K 30 frames per second, which is what we were shooting in. So what you're looking for in that case is you're hoping to have a lot of good details at the end of that zoom. I know you're going to get it with this optical zoom. It'll be interesting to compare it with the digital zoom on the Mavic Air 2. Although the Mavic Air 2, from what I've seen in the past, does a pretty good job. So anyway, we'll take a look at them and see what we can see. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and we absolutely will see you on the next one. So the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic 2 Zoom, two of the best prosumer drones out there right now that I think are available to the consumer. Both just a couple of excellent products. All right, we will see you on the next one. Bye now.